matchup here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New Orleans Saints. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Oh, shit.
In motion left is Thomas. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he's able to take
Oh, it was open.
35-yard line.
Wide open.
Getting 11 on that one, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable. Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now here's a Louisiana native from the town of Jennings. It's Travis Etienne. Down the left sideline. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to keep this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that.
Ooh, shit. Wow.
So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge.
He ain't waste no time, boy.
Play action. It's Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Oh, I missed the field goal. Almost.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0.
Kept sliding.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception.
They ain't even blocking at all.
You can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Kamara up the middle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And he is close to a 1st down.
That was a slow, hard cut, man.
41. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. This defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Let's get in that end zone.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct? I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? What's that? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They run it again with Kamara. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Slot man moves right. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 41.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
But that dude ain't blocking. He just let him right on in there, man. Got swim moved and done.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
It's not looking good, man. 2 plays, -4, 6. Sack, tackle for a loss. Thursday night prime time.
How to approach this? 3rd down and
all right,
16
man.
yards to go.
Man.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Jones.
Cover 4.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to
Thought it was man. He's in cover 4.
That's certainly playing down the distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on
That was a bad possession.
Morgan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. And this is away. It's a
Oh
high kick,
man,
and
damn!
he got
I didn't know he could punt that far. Shit. Next time, point that thing out of bounds.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I know I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Under pressure, they got him again. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluwakan.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
To throw his Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. For a gain of 6.
That's crazy, bro. I was sitting right there. I was sitting right there.
On a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 49-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I've been on defense a lot, man. This whole game.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
What we got?
Here's Carr to throw.
Pick that. There we go.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Lewican. And the Jaguars will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From midfield now, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll get that underneath ETN. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? Coming up and making the big-time play.
Lawrence on 3rd down.
Why you brought the safety down there?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk.
Why would you bring the safety down?
Touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice
Kamara slow.
in the open field.
Damn, bro.
Push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
So much today.
Not Josh Allen, bro.
Players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker.
They don't block with the damn.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Carr gonna go on 4th down, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Nah, man.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Stopping the
This
clock
motherfucker,
with 5
dog.
seconds to go.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That
Yeah, he
was one right
definitely
in
should
his
have caught it.
breadbasket and one he normally catches. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Caught that one, though.
This is
Good one.
touchdown. Christian Kirk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Christian Kirk.
McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Song it to him.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Get ready for some women's basketball.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Kirk getting off, man.
27. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
It's crazy to me. Like, Calvin really ran from one side of the field to the other side of the field, and that dude still didn't get out of break of his route.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 3. Another tote for ETN. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Wide open.
Lawrence will throw. And that's going to wind up in nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Going for it, here's ETN. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Jags come up empty on fourth down.
They said, fuck blocking, bro.
Have the football back.
They said, fuck all that blocking. We ain't blocking.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes
they ain't blocking for that man at all.
Is an empty one.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here is 3rd and 5.
93. 93. 694. That's up.
Now Carr. Pass taken in. Tight end.
React, dog. React. 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 React.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, all these incomplete passes are picks. That's crazy.
AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Go get him.
A busy night continues for Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's got him. It's caught.
That's good. He's wide open.
Jackson, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now for the point after.
Swap.
He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Set down to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Let's see what we gonna do. Me and you, your mama and your cousins too.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Caught by Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
That should have been a pick, man.
And that one winds up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Lawrence to throw. He stiff arms it, and he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
He fishing for a defense. You can tell.
Officially. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, a 15-yard touchdown ground. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight,
as we should have man this all the way out.
This out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the track?
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now Carr. Look at the big man rumble. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line.
But that tight end, boy, that's his target right there. I got to cover that tight end.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1.
Damn, I had him too. I ran too far underneath. I ran too far underneath. Thought he was going to do an out route. That's his baby. That damn tight end. Safety net. Too far.
Into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it's just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
You didn't see her, bro.
Right on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Cover 4.
The win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to
what was that, really Trevor Lawrence?
I love your observations, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards outside with a pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's
damn
of his career.
Damn, bro, he was open. Like, wide ass open.
So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestone.
Just couldn't get it to him.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. With that, he's up to 160 yards receiving now for the ball game. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Lawrence. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
Damn. Damn. Lattimore not fast enough, bro. He ain't got no safety help.
But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Lawrence on target there to Ridley. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he's got it. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Again, it's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some...
Touchdown, Jaguars! Zay Jones with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Excuse me.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Saints 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
Nice little RPO action.
Only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Again, it's Kamara. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge.
I was baiting him to run that shit the whole game, and I thought I made the right adjustment. I put that cornerback in the right assignment, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. Damn. I damn sure thought I did it right, bro. Then it took so long for that play to develop.
So would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick.
Yeah, you're not getting this onside kick. I don't see it.
And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Damn sure did recover
You
it.
understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Cover 4. Cover 3. Cover 2.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn.
Threw it way behind him.
The Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Threw it so far behind him.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Out to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk from 10 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing now is Carr. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
But they ain't doing this man no kind of justice. They ain't even looking. They was letting that shit happen.
As they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Jacksonville, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Saints,